Yo, what's up? On my channel, I have a series where we explore the certain sides of YouTube. One of them was the weird side of YouTube, and another one was the scary side of YouTube. But it's been a good 5 months though since the last time we explored YouTube's dark side, so this has given me enough time to make a crazy video that you're about to watch. Today, we're gonna combine the weird side of YouTube and the scary side of YouTube so we can explore the disturbing side of YouTube. This is going to be weirder, scarier, and definitely more disturbing than all of my other ones. If you like the YouTubers that disappeared video that I made, then you'll love this one because it's gonna be kinda creepy like that one was. I know you're probably in quarantine right now and you're sitting at home, so this is the perfect video to watch. Grab your cold pizza and don't forget to dip it in your Dr. Pepper because this video is about to get disturbing. I had to research a lot for this video and I found a couple of videos and stories behind these videos that are really disturbing. Let's get into the first part of this video. So, it was a normal Thursday in Rhode Island, and a band called Great White was going to perform at a local nightclub, so everybody was going to show up. Once it hit 6 p.m., there were over 400 people in the nightclub waiting for the music to start. So the band, they wanted their entrance to be crazy, and they wanted it to be so awesome, so they decided to use fireworks when they came out. Now this was a horrible idea. Fireworks are for outside use, and they used these fireworks inside of a small nightclub. That is not good at all. They set the fireworks off, they came out, and then they started a fire with it on accident. Over 400 people were inside this burning nightclub, and they were all trying to get out while the building was burning down. Now you may all be asking me, why are you talking about this when this is about YouTube videos? Well, actually you're in luck because somebody that was actually in the fire at that time got out and started recording, and he recorded the whole thing start to finish. This video is really crazy. So that's just the first part of this video. You can see the fire starting to go off, but just look. There are so many people in there and they're all screaming and all of them are terrified. But I would be too if burning flames were about to touch my feet. Let's keep watching. You could hear a woman screaming and she obviously was scared. I tried to figure out what she was saying and I came up with this. She said, "Where is my husband?" in a horrified voice. This is so disturbing. Losing the person that you love in a fire and you don't know where they are? She must have been feeling so scared, but it's about to get worse. The fact that you can hear the screams of people in the fire is just crazy and honestly disturbing. And the next part of this video is actually the most disturbing part. It shows a lot of people trying to get out and they're all stuck and it's just crazy. So get ready to see it. They were all stuck because once they saw the fire, they all sprinted for the nearest exit. And that exit happened to be a very small hallway in the nightclub that leaded out to a very small door, which was a bad idea considering that there was over 400 people in that nightclub alone. It's honestly bone-chilling to hear these people begging to be helped. Fire at their legs, burning them up, just wanting to get out and go home with their families. Their mindset wasn't just about partying anymore on their day off. It was about survival, and unfortunately for 100 different people, 100 different people, they didn't make it out that club. Whether it was that they were too close to the stage and they were hurt immediately, or if it was that they were stuck in that door and they were left to burn, over 100 different people died that night. It was captured and uploaded to YouTube for us to see. Robin Petrarca was there that night, and with 9 of her best friends, she got out, but none of her friends did. She said that when her and her friends were trapped in the building, people were giving their phones out and letting other people call their families to tell their families like, "I'm not coming home," or "I'll be okay," you know? People were stranded in there and they needed to tell their families what was going on, and a lot of people called their families and told them I loved you, and that was it. The manager of the band that decided to use the fireworks for them was sent to court, as well as the owners of the nightclub where it happened. They said that the manager of the band shouldn't have had fireworks, and the club owner should have had sprinkler systems installed in the ceilings to prevent anything like this to happen. They did a study, and they said that if there was even like 1 or 2 sprinkler systems, almost nobody would have died, and the fire would have been put out. But because the building was old and there was no system like that, 100 people lost their life because of a faulty building. One of the performers of the band, like one of the singers, he even died too. So that's how you know it's crazy. It wasn't just the fans. So the owners of the club and the manager of the band who decided to use the fireworks were both sent to jail for basically the murder and manslaughter of all those 100 people who lost their lives that night. Our next disturbing YouTube story is about Justin Carmichael, but you guys might know him as Jew Wario. He was just a normal YouTuber who uploaded videos about games. That seems normal, right? I mean, of course it seems normal. He seemed like a genuine guy who loved games and who loved his family.
One of the things that makes MagFest so important to me is the fans, meeting them, and just hanging out with them. This is the time that I get to interact with them and show them I'm just a normal guy, and luckily they like to hang out with me too.
I'm sure he loved to hang out with his fans, and you'll see what I mean later. Throughout his life though, he dealt with depression and other mental health issues. Also, he was in a financial crisis, and that's pretty much when you don't have enough money to buy what you need. He didn't have enough money. This is very hard on someone, and his fans realized that he wasn't acting the same, and he wasn't super happy anymore. On January 23rd, 2014, he hurt himself with a shotgun. His wife said that he locked himself in the bathroom when it happened, and once everybody found out that he was gone, there were plenty of popular YouTubers making videos and just respecting and expressing how good of a person he was. Here's a clip from one of his final videos.
Benefit from having this. Should a regular American get the PS Vita TV? Until it comes out into America, no.
It's kind of weird to watch a video from someone who's dead now, but that isn't the disturbing part. The disturbing part isn't about him dying, it's way more than that. So on April 2nd, 2018, more than 4 years after Jew Wario had died, there were a couple of his young fans saying that he did things to them when they were younger. Everybody thought that he took his own life because he was just depressed, but really, he was worried about the truth getting out, and he was always worried about this. The truth that he cheated on his wife with young girls, even when they begged him to stop. Nobody knew it, but the whole time, this man was a creep. All of the tribute videos for him look awkward now. All those famous YouTubers were all praising him for being such a good guy and that they really, really missed him, but in reality, he was a horrible person. So I went over to his Twitter and it was super weird. He hasn't tweeted anything since 2014, obviously, but it's really eerie to just see those tweets. On January 2nd, he tweeted, "Getting ready to film something for tomorrow. Gotta make sure I sing well." But if you remember, he actually died on the 23rd, and that's just one day after he tweeted this. So what was he gonna record the day of his death? Was he gonna record him with that shotgun, or was he actually going to do a video that day? I guess we'll never know. Also, he was tweeting a lot the day before he hurt himself, and he seemed happy, tweeting at his friends and talking about YouTube videos and complimenting other people too. I think something might have happened on the day he decided to do it that sent him over the edge. Now, while I was making this video, I didn't know what I wanted to put for our next disturbing story. I had like a couple of things I could have put for the final story, but I wasn't sure what to do. So I just gave up, waited 3 to 4 days, and worked on my other videos. And after that little 3 to 4 day break, I figured out what I wanted to end this episode off with. I wanted to put in the most disturbing YouTube video you will ever see. And it's probably the worst story that you'll ever hear. And the video is just very, very disturbing. And you will see what I mean. So Bud Dwyer was a state treasurer for Pennsylvania in the late 1900s, around 1980 and 1990. So this wasn't too long ago, 20 or 30 years ago. The state of Pennsylvania found out that their citizens were paying extra for taxes, so they had to figure out a way to get a multi-million-dollar contract to pay back those citizens for overpaying taxes. It was believed that the treasurer, the person who takes it, charge of the money and stuff, Bud Dwyer, accepted a bribe from a firm in California to help pay the fees. He was then found guilty in court for doing that, and he was charged with 11 felonies and things like that. But Bud said that he was innocent, and throughout his whole trial, he maintained that he was an innocent person and he did not do this. He was scheduled to go to prison on January 23rd, but on January 22nd, just a day before he would go to prison, he called a news conference in the Pennsylvania state capitol. His conference was broadcasted on live TV, and he had a plan that day. His plan wasn't to talk to everyone or anything. His plan was to hurt himself on live TV. I'm going to show you guys the video, but I'm going to blur it out because I can't show this stuff. You can just hear the screams and all that stuff and just try to imagine what happened.
This will hurt someone. Settle down.
So yeah, this was a day before he was scheduled to be in prison, and I guess he didn't want to go. He gave up. He was explaining that he was innocent, and nobody believed him. And I think a couple of years later, the person who said that he accepted the bribe actually said that it was fake. So Bud Dwyer was innocent the whole time. He tried to explain to everyone that he was innocent, but nobody was believing him. I feel bad for the dude. Nobody would listen to him. The weirdest part of this whole video is that Bud and Jew Wario both did it just a day after each other. The 22nd of January for Bud and the 23rd of January for Jew Wario. It's very disturbing how these are so close to each other. These are probably the most disturbing videos and most disturbing stories on YouTube. The station nightclub fire showed people helplessly trying to get out of a burning building. Jew Wario did things with kids that nobody expected him to do, and Bud Dwyer's conference was recorded on live TV, and now it's on YouTube. And also, he was saying that he was innocent, but nobody listened. There was a lot of things I could have put in this video, but I decided not to put in because I really, truly think that these are the 3 most disturbing things I could have found. Have you ever found anything else that was disturbing on YouTube? If you have, please tell me. Your comment might be featured in the next Side of YouTube video that I post in 5 months. But I'm not really sure how anything else could top this video because these were the most disturbing. If you're new to my channel and you want to see awesome videos like this, just go ahead and click subscribe. It's super easy and it gives you fun videos to watch. I'll see all of you guys in my next episode. Peace out. I know you see those videos on the screen right now. If they seem cool to you, go ahead and click on one of them. They might be about the time I threw a chair at my teacher, about the time I punched a kid in the McDonald's play place, or it might just be a random video. So go ahead, check that out if you want.